TikTok versus YouTube. YouTube's a lot older. TikTok's the new one. And here's a look at the travel channel I have on YouTube. It's called MemeNN, Meme News Network. And I have had this channel for a while. I have 119 videos, 64 subscribers. And I'm basically now just using it to repost live performances from TikTok, but not the poetry videos, but the non-poetry ones. So one's based on traveling. I turned 40 and did a video about that, so that also wasn't as poetry related, so I uploaded that here too. And I thought I would compare. I would create a new channel, and this is the new channel. I had grown to 38 followers when I created this PowerPoint, and at this moment, I recently checked, and I just hit 100 followers, and that unlocked the ability, actually a little bit before that, maybe around 80, that unlocked the ability to go live. So even though online it says you need 1,000, I guess because I was getting so many followers in a short period of time, they allowed me to do live, but I'll check it tomorrow and see. But anyway, it's called SKG Travel 5. It's gonna be my new place where I do the travel lives, and I'll post the travel videos there. And here's the comparison. You can see the name of the video. We've got a lot of videos. And YouTube, the current amount of views, actually that was when I first started. But some of these videos have been up for several months, and some have been up for a couple weeks. And on YouTube, what happens is most of the views I get happen within the first 24 hours or a week, and after that, they don't get many views. And you can see in the first 24 hours, most of the videos did not match YouTube, but they also weren't up for a month or so. And also for all those zeros, that was when I first created the channel and I didn't connect to my contacts. And so I also wasn't able to view recommended people and recommended people to follow. Once I did that, that's when I started getting views. And then I like to check out people in the recommendations who I think might like the content. I'll follow them, and they'll see someone followed them, and they check the channel out, and sometimes they follow. And so that helps increase the views over time, more and more each time you do that. And so I did, at the end of the uploading process, I checked the views again, and you can see the first videos that all had zeros. Now almost all of them didn't have a zero. And a couple of these videos did do better than YouTube ones. For example, the 40-year-old reflection, the Maddo Turkish restaurant. What else we got? The Turkey 6 episode. And in fact, that might be the highest viewed one now. And here's a look at some of the videos on YouTube. Anyway, I did have a problem. I tried to do a campaign to see how that would affect the new channel. And I was charged, but they didn't let me run the video. I run this video on this channel. I've advertised it many times, but they didn't let me do it, and they claimed it didn't meet the standards of promote, even though I've promoted it 5 times on on this channel, the books channel. And so it's obviously not true that it didn't meet their eligibility standards. So I Googled it, and I found out that sometimes TikTok doesn't allow posts to be promoted due to a low view amount. And the post only had 2 views, so that's probably why they didn't allow me to promote it. They will say it is against their guidelines, even though it isn't. It's just general language used to block any post they don't want promoted, and I think that is why it wasn't allowed. But my card was still charged and not refunded, and I contacted support. The support took almost a week to respond. And first I did the ticket. No one was responding after 3 days. I opened another ticket to ask them to respond. They didn't respond to that. And then I messaged them on Twitter, on the support account there. And that's when they finally responded. But the card was not refunded. It was charged. The amount is left in the balance, but it's the balance on the website version, not on the app. And apparently it can be used for other promotions. And so I may try that when I have more views on other posts. In theory, it can be refunded if bought on TikTok, but if you used Google Pay or Apple Pay, then you have to get a refund from Apple or Google. And you can, if it was purchased on TikTok, which mine was, then you could use the withdrawal from balance feature. However, on my account, when I went there, I clicked on the balance button. It gave me a QR code to download the app. And then on the app, the balance was 0. So I was not able to withdraw. But I'm planning to try to advertise other posts, and maybe I can just use that balance. But support could not resolve this issue. They could not solve this issue, and only described how to view or withdraw from the balance. So overall, the TikTok support was not very helpful. Final thoughts. On YouTube, some videos I'm getting a lot more views. On TikTok, I'm gaining followers faster. So on YouTube, I've actually lost followers, and I haven't gained a follower in a long time. TikTok did not allow going live without 1,000 followers. However, that's not true, because around 80 followers, I suddenly had at least the screen to go live. I have to test and see if I can actually go live, but we'll see. TikTok did not allow a post to be promoted unless it had a lot of views, but did not explain how many were needed. TikTok customer support is not efficient and does not respond quickly. And TikTok customer support cannot solve complicated issues, only simple ones. So customer support is not very good. And not allowing posts to be promoted just because they don't have a lot of views, I think is a bad approach. Because on Twitter, where I did campaigns before, on Facebook, they let you promote any post, even if it has 0 views, 0 likes, 0 everything. But anyway, that is my review. I still think because you can gain followers faster on TikTok, it's probably better, because then you can get a lot more views even a week, or even after a day after you post a video. On YouTube, after a week, unless you're a big channel, and this is obviously for new content creators, so it's for people who probably only get views in the first 24 hours to a week, and after that you might get a couple here and there. But on TikTok, since you can gain followers faster than on YouTube, in theory, you could continue to gain views over time. So I'm still going to go forward with the TikTok channel, and we just have to see what happens with the promote. If I'm able to do promotions later as the channel gets more popular. But that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You can let me know in the comments which one do you prefer to build a brand new channel on, TikTok or YouTube.